Well, this meeting is going to go on all day, and all 193 member states of the General Assembly will have the chance to express their opinions on what is going on right now in Ukraine. And the hope, certainly from Western powers, is that the majority of countries will loudly and clearly condemn Russian aggression. Now, it's going to be particularly interesting to hear what the Global South has to say, what Asian countries, Latin American countries and African countries have to say on this issue, because, of course, they make up the vast majority of the member states of the General Assembly. And we have heard them express their opinions to an extent already during the Security Council meetings, and in particular, the Kenyan ambassador really compare the situation and Russian aggression towards Ukraine to the way that Western powers behaved in their colonial past towards African countries and express solidarity with Ukraine. So we might expect more talk like that from powers from the Global South. What Western powers are really hoping for is to have a clear sign from the General Assembly that the world is galvanized in its condemnation of Russian aggression towards Ukraine. This meeting is putting forward a resolution which is non-binding, but it does carry a lot of weight. It's very rare to have this sort of General Assembly meeting. It's the first such meeting in 4 decades. And what the General Assembly can do is make recommendations for how to pursue peace talks, how to move forward to de-escalate, how to defend the UN Charter. They can make recommendations for setting up an investigations committee to log any war crimes committed during this Russian aggression. Also recommend an envoy and give more advice on how member states could impose more sanctions on Russia, for example.
Jessica, in the coming hours, the Security Council of the United Nations is also going to meet. There we understand that France will table a resolution focusing on humanitarian support for Ukraine. What can you tell us about that?
That's quite right. They're going to be putting forward a draft Security Council resolution. This is being put forward by France for humanitarian needs, for humanitarian access. This is the 5th Security Council meeting in a week, and this is the first resolution purely about humanitarian access, humanitarian aid, because, of course, the Council doesn't want to forget those civilians on the ground who are suffering as a consequence of this Russian invasion. Now, Russia could, of course, yet again veto a resolution, but it will once again shine a spotlight on the plight of civilians, and we will hear the heads of UN agencies speaking about the current situation there on the ground as hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians flee the violence there.